think we're working. Just need to double check real quick. I'm new to this, so I suck at setting these things up. But let me do one thing real quick. There we go. There we go. Alright, now we're in business. Okay, so what I'm going to do tonight is I heard about this program called Cascadeur, and it's a it's a 3D program, and you can basically pose characters in real time, or just like you would in any other, like Maya or Blender or whatever. And the cool part is, let's see if I can load something up here. So usually you have something like this where it's got a rigged model, and it's, you know, you've got inverse kinematics. Now this is doing some cooler stuff where it's using AI to actually finesse the gesture, if that makes sense. That's the first part that's cool. The second part that's cool that I don't know how to understand. This is the first time I've been playing with this. I just opened it up. The cool part is you're supposed to be able to take this character, and I don't even know how I can move her yet. Basically, there's a keyframe down here at the bottom, and if you keyframe a pose here, like I have now, and I were just to slide the timeline all the way to 85 or something, move the character over, 10 feet out away from their at, it will actually animate a walk cycle automatically, and you can go back into keyframes and tweak the walk cycle, add a jump or whatever, lift the character up. And what I'm trying to do with this is, when I'm doing the graphic novel, time for me is pretty limited, so I'm always looking for some way. I get maybe 3 hours a few nights a week to work on this stuff, and I have a day job, I've got a family, I do a lot of stuff, I'm really busy, so I've always wanted to make this graphic novel, and I've been working on it. I started writing it a long time ago. I kind of gave it up when I moved down to Los Angeles over like a really long time ago. So I gave it up because my day job was priority, and my family and everything else. And I recently picked up the idea of kind of working on the graphic novel again, because there's all these insane tools like this that would help me kind of figure out poses, dynamic poses for the book. I can do all kinds of stuff. I can do it a lot faster. I'm not the greatest artist, so I use any, with the time I have, I'm using any tool I can find to kind of help me get the most out of my 3 hours, that I'm doing at night. I mean, I've got a few pages done so far. Well, they're not done. I'm still working on it, but these are all. Usually, this would have taken me, to watercolor all this stuff and just paint it straight out. I wouldn't be able to do it. That's basically it. So, getting these poses, and man, I suck at drawing horses. So, I'm using a bunch of guides and different techniques. I'm using different AI production layers in Photoshop, painting on top of that, using the AI to get my poses, get my bases. I've got a lot of guide images I use where I did the concepts of the characters and worked all that stuff out too. So I'm going back, and I need to really tweak my guide images for my main characters and new characters and all their gear. You have to design everything. You have to design their rifle. You have to design it. If they've got a sword, if they've got a saddle, you've got to have a saddle that's ready to go. You have to design all this stuff. The generative tools and the AI can really only help so much. I know everybody thinks it's like you just type in a prompt, but man, they're really good at getting you, a good ways into things, but you really ultimately have to paint this stuff out, and that's where I'm at. So tonight, I'm going to use this program, and I'm going to try to figure it out, and I need to make some a couple of like updated guide images of my main characters, and I'm gonna try to pose here real quick, just to get some. I'll be using this for, you know, another thing. It's really difficult that this probably does really well. Having two characters in a fight scene and making contact with each other is really tricky stuff. It takes a lot of time to get it right, the perspective. So, you know, I've in the past I've used maquettes, like actually modeled maquettes that are posable, you know, mannequins, almost stop motion stuff. And you know, it's just that'll work, but that takes some. I've got a couple of them over here that I've used in the past to do stuff. I've got see, where's the other camera? Here. Oh no. Oh, it's like, yeah, it's behind me. But no, I've used this stuff in the past. You can do this. There's 1/6 scale maquettes I've used. You can use photography. You can take pictures of yourself doing this stuff, but just for the sake of time, this seems like a really cool possible solution. I don't know if it'll work, but like I said, really tricky to get two characters in a fight sequence just going at it, really, you know, throwing punches, throwing swords, lobbing, you know, big action stuff. Another thing that this might do that's really tricky is quadrupeds. So I'm hoping at some point I can get these characters saddled up on horseback and I can move the camera, and, you know, this is another thing I could do is once I get these things posed, I can drop them, I can export them into Marmoset, and, you know, get some good lighting on them, and, you know, get the camera in a nice spot, pick out some nice renders, and then use some generative tools plus my guides, and I can kind of tease out some images that I can kind of, you know, as a state, like a nice base in the book, start painting on top of that stuff. So it's like just trying to save time and get through this stuff, because this is a story I've really wanted to tell for a long time. So what I'm going to do is, in this program, it's called Cascadeur, and I put a link to it in the description. It's out of all the generative programs and the AI programs that are out there, the art tools, this is pretty affordable. It's totally free if you want to just mess around with it. They have an indie license that's pretty affordable. It's like $8 a month for students and indie crews, like people are just trying to do their own stuff. It works for, there's no promotion here. There's nothing going on. I just think this program is cool and I wanted to like check it out tonight. You can bring in, I think it pairs with Blender. You can watch their stuff on their site. It'll tell you everything you need to know. You can bring in props and sets, and I think there's ways to simulate physics and things on that. But from what I've seen, it looks like freaking mocap. So it's pretty cool, the stuff that you can do. But I'll stop babbling, and I've got my my studio partner tonight, Morgan, behind me, and she's keyframe animating behind me, like by hand, just kicking some butt and actually doing lip syncing and stuff. So she's doing her thing and we're over here doing this. So I think I'm just gonna start by trying to figure this thing out and pose it. We've got a rig, and I think there's these things over here. I'm just gonna grab these handles. So that's a clavicle. Is it a rotate? Ooh, look at that. That's cool. So it does all this. This is not normal, as far as I know. I've worked with inverse kinematics in the past, and it's not like this. Let's see if I can get a better. These are just different views that it has. It looks like it's got physics volumes or collision detection on it. Okay, auto posing. Maybe this one is no. Joint mode. No. So this is kind of basic. Let me see if I imagine that if you wanted to manipulate the fingers and stuff. Oh, that's interesting. So this feels to me, this part feels similar to inverse kinematics. I don't know if it's, can't quite tell. I'm not an animator. I don't claim to be. I just kind of know 3D. There are people that I work with that are way better at 3D and animation. There are certainly people that are insanely way better at animation. I'm just fumbling my way through here. It's kind of cool. I don't 100% know how to do the fingers yet. But this right here, this mode feels like normal inverse kinematics to me. And if you guys are wondering why I'm throwing that term around, there's inverse kinematics is where I could be butchering this term, but you know, basically, if I tug this arm, the whole arm kind of goes with it. The forward kinematics is just basically you're rotating stuff, and it's just like rotating a puppet. There's no tug or pull with it. Inverse is more, it's actually feeding back into the joints, and you're kind of tugging the arm around and stuff, which is really super cool. This is really cool because it's doing some crazy AI shit. I don't know if I can say that, but AI stuff. I think this is a grown-up channel. Yeah, that's cool. So now you can see it's not doing inverse kind, it's doing something more spooky. The all-knowing Oracle hive mind is at work here doing crazy stuff. That's weird. Okay, wait, this looks like the pelvis, so I can make the person do this. And then wonder if this is the head. Okay, this is where we've got our look. You can look up. This is nice. So for a character guide, I'm just going to go for like a really basic pose, but I might... I'll try a basic pose tonight. And then maybe I'll pop open Marmoset and I'll see if I can get like a render that I can start building on. I'll probably do... tonight's going to be really just me figuring this thing out. I think when we go to where I'm actually doing pages and trying to get this thing really going, I'll be doing some way more trying to get some more dynamic poses in here. I think I can actually bring in my props. I've got this, the characters have swords, and you know, it's like there's like this rifle character that I built, or rifle model that I built that I could probably bring in here. I think there's a way to attach the basically props to the character's hands and get it to work right. So I might be able to get a really good... That's another thing is I've got some horseback, some scenes where one of the characters is really good with a rifle, and she's firing from horseback in the first issue. So I will probably use getting a character on horseback firing a rifle. For me, it's just really difficult to even imagine what that looks like. It's like I would need to really kind of work out some reference to get that to look right. But if I could do it here and model it, like I've got these maquettes, that would be amazing. And then I could go ahead and run some animation on it. And you know, basically what I would do with this is, if I'm doing a scene, I would kind of build out the scene. I would probably pose the character out for the shot, knowing how the blocking is and everything. And then I would maybe let it animate a little bit, tweak the poses, get some keyframes in here, and then I would just try to find the best frame in there that has the coolest pose, the coolest part of the animation, and I would use that, export it, and then render it out. It's and she's kind of it's still kind of a robot body, but I guess it's okay. It's good reference. The thing I don't like about doing 3D character posing and stuff is I like to sculpt whenever I have time, or I like to do kit bashing and stuff, and I like to work with actual physical models. And to me, there's so much more. Like right now, she looks like she's not balanced. Like, feels a little funky to me. Like she's standing funny. When you're working with a model and it's physical, it just becomes, it's so much easier to if you can get the model to stand up straight and balance on its two legs, you're plumb and balanced. When you're working with digital models, you just don't. I think that's sometimes why designs can kind of get away from artists when they're doing digital designs. It's because they're not dealing with physicality. They're not dealing with real world, gravity and stuff. So some people they just get it. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I think, for me, it's at least harder to figure that stuff out just in 2D. So, just doing a 2D drawing, it's a little bit, we do tricks where we flip the image and try to look at it and see if it's we've got the right symmetry or things don't look funky. But with a 3D model, it can defy gravity. So we got a little slouch going here. Let's see if I'm dabbling, so I'm still trying to learn how to stream. Here we go. I always like the kind of the gunslinger pose with characters, where they've got the shoulders back, the chest out. It's kind of this cool, it's kind of good posture you'd want your character to have. So shoulders back, right? So you've never seen like a couple of gunslingers in old westerns kind of square up on each other. They've got this ready pose and they look super cool. Try to get that out of this shot here. I mean, she might be leaning back a little too much, but still kind of cool. Yeah, kind of crazy, but I don't know, a little too much. Bring her forward a little. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's doing some funky. Kind of move it this way. Ooh, we do that. Oh, so it's not a rotator, it's a pull. It's hard to tell which of these is like a rotate. And, oh, that's cool. Oh, so you rotate it. So if I can rotate the arm, but if I move it, you get cool stuff happening. So move and rotate. Wow, that's pretty. This is awesome. This is really cool. You can do a lot with this. And the other thing is, I'm just trying to create a mannequin for a pose. I just need a basic looking humanoid shape like this, so that I can basically render my character onto these poses. That's what some of the tools I've been using are really good at. Nano Banana is ridiculously good at taking your design, and if you've got a 3D model or a pose, if you've got it basic like this, you can essentially map your character onto that body pretty reliably. It doesn't look perfect, and you have to do a bunch of work, but man, it really can speed up the process. It can take something and just shave off hours of work just to go from scratch. I'm not paying attention to, I can't tell if I got anyone. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not, I'm also not paying attention if anyone chats, which is highly unlikely, because I think the most people I've ever had watching a stream on here is 9 people, which was super cool. But I think this is just a cool way. I was trying to create content for this channel, but I really wanted to work on the book. So I thought why don't I just make the book and make that the content, and then I have all these plans when the book is going. I'll probably do it on here, but you know, I'll probably just show everything what I'm doing. I'm trying to make a I don't know what you call it, like it's like a motion graphic novel with narration. So we'll get there next, but I have to build the book first. So but this is a great way to just have content on the channel that is related to what we're actually working on, and I'm not just creating. You know, I got into a point where I was kind of just making content for the channel, and that's cool, but it wasn't the goal with this graphic novel. So it was really slowing me down. Now we're just making the thing, the content. And then we'll have really cool content eventually, which is the big goal. So I think this is cool. I think we want to go a little bit. Bring these legs in a little bit here. Like, I don't want to twist the knee. No, wait. Come on, knees. I can do that. Yeah, there we go. It's a little more feminine. And then we'll give a little wider stance. There we go. Cool. It's gonna be really interesting trying to figure out how to export this thing. Export. I don't see OBJ, which is kind of normal. FBX is normal. Okay. It's like, wait, you can tell I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, but this thing is super cool. It'd be cool to be able to pose the fingers a little more. Let's see here. Two. Cool. How do we do hands? Physics, tweet machines, chest. Look at all this stuff in here. Fingers. No. What is this? What does this do? So we can, no. What's this do? Okay, that's gonna move the hand. What if we just do this? I don't know who stands like that. It's a little weird. Toes. Eh? No. What's this? Ooh! It's like it's like an ankle. That's cool. This program is. I'm definitely not using the power of this program. It can do way cooler stuff than what I'm doing, but to have a really good rig model with all this built into it is really awesome. Usually when I'm at my day job in the past when I was doing character art, I would have a team of like awesome tech artists that'll build these amazing rigs and the characters for the animators, and Once in a while I was lucky I would get, if I got one of my characters back, I could pose it using their stuff, so I never got teched out enough to, I tried to rig a character a few times and I just suck at it. So sometimes you gotta pick your battles, what you want to focus on. I focused on character modeling the most and just really loved doing 3D modeling and love texturing. That was my favorite. Don't do a lot of that anymore. I'm more Photoshop guy, but I get to work with people who are really badass at that stuff, so I get to get inspired by it. Let's see here. I think that could work if I could figure out how to export this. Let's see. Huh. I'm gonna need a straight. I'm gonna need a straight shot. Okay. That's cool. Feet are so hard to freaking draw. You have to practice and practice, but there's so much going on. I remember one time my foot got run over by a truck, and I didn't break anything in my foot because your foot is basically a bag of bones. There are all these, I forgot how many bones are in the foot, but there's a lot, and they just squish around in there. But it makes drawing feet really crazy in perspective and all that stuff. So this is a good reference. So anyway, I'm going to try to figure out how to export this thing just as a test. Cool. All right, let's see. See if I can drag this over here. All right. Let's see. It does not have OBJ, but it has an FBX, which is included in the export. So we'll go export FBX. I think FBX is going to marmoset. I just wouldn't mind being able to render this thing and have at least a little bit better lighting on it. Let's see. This would be in the geometry realm. Let's try it. Good old marmoset. We'll play with that in a minute. Let's export an FBX. Okay, I don't need animations. Well, no, maybe this is considered an animation, so the pose might be. And selected objects. Model. Wouldn't have to select it though. Let's try it. Let's see here. Let's do a test. Geometry, FBX, call cast, test. Okay. Whoops. Let's see. Import. Let's try. Oh, no. Oh, okay. It worked, but it didn't work. I need the animation. I need to figure out a way to lock it. Okay, almost there. Export a keyframe. FBX. How about that? Yeah, let's try this. Delete this puppy. Yeah? Alright, come on. Import. Oh, we're in business. We're in business. Good old marmoset. Let's see here. Let's put a little shadow catcher on here. American female. Let's see here. Can't remember, I'm so brain dead right now. I think we might want to tone this down anyway. Put a little grayer shader on there. I don't think we need it to be shiny. Just kind of basic. These look like a, not a lead. Wait a minute, I just screwed up. We need Lambertian. Okay. So we just got a nice matte finish on this thing. Okay, cool. And then this guy is doing this. Some good shadows. A little high noon lighting. We got like we got a little bit fisheye on the camera. I'm flattening that out in a second. Get a shadow catcher. It's basically create. Add object, light catcher. I think I'm kind of assuming that everybody knows what marmoset is. It's a off the shelf rendering pack. It's gotten really it's become like really deep. When I first started using it a long time ago, it was just like a spot where you could drop your models in. If you didn't have access to a game engine, you could drop your models into marmoset. It basically simulated a game engine, and now that it's gotten to the point where it's a full-blown app, you can animate in it, render. It plugs into, I don't know why I can't think of it right now, but Painter. Yeah, I can't think of it, but there's a texturing app that links into Adobe that plugs right into here. Substance. So Substance Designer, Substance Painter, all that stuff works in here. And I use it for stuff like this when I'm trying to do some fun stuff. It's a really good spot. And it has these really cool sky boxes. So you could, right now it's on ambient, I can put the sky in. It's doing some, this is a stage, which is kind of good for this, what we're doing here. But I don't need that background, so we'll just do the color. And now this might work, but I think we need to create a new camera. And I'm going to switch to that camera and I'm going to flatten it out. So I got camera controls over here, and we're in perspective. I don't want to do orthographic or because that'll be too flat, but we'll take the field of view down a little bit. It's like a 75mm camera lens, which is, that's pretty good. I think what I should do is, I could probably use this for both characters because they're similar, but it might be good to change the pose a little bit for each of them just so they're slightly different. Get the lighting out here. And the shadow catcher is not catching all the shadow. Let's get that fixed. Just make the shadow catcher bigger. There. Cool. Alright. We're in camera 1. Good shot here. That's cool. And we'll lock the camera. And I'm gonna get. Looking good. Alright. I'm gonna render this puppy out. Render options. The options are so crazy. Okay. Want like a. I could do 9:16, but that might be. It might work. Let's try it. It's 2160 by 3840. That might be right. I'm just gonna kick it over here. Cool. That's a good place to kick it. Cool. All right. We're gonna render this out real fast. And there we go. Okay, then I'm going to take this into Leonardo AI, which is an awesome deal. It has a ton of stuff in it. So if you're looking for that, looking to experiment with different types of workflows and stuff, that's a good place to get your money's worth. If you got like a monthly fee, you get access to a bunch of stuff. But we're going to take this render in there and then start playing around with a character guide, a new character guide. I think that's good. Let's see if it will work. Render the oh, forgot. You have to tell it which camera to render. Otherwise it will not know. Image. Where is that? Output. Why can I not find that? Oh, here we go. Add camera 1. Nice. Okay. Set. Don't need that one. Good. All good. Render. Where's the render button? I forget. should be up here. It's viewport. Duh. Why? Can't find. This is viewport, but I want to render the camera. Thought there was a freaking button right here. Oh, it's like right here. There. Done. Okay. I'm sorry I'm so slow on the draw. Okay, that was cool. We're good there. And we don't need these guys right now. Cool. Wow. Look at something cool. And we want, where'd our render go? Where'd it go? No. Where did it go? You can tell I haven't used Marmoset in a while because I don't even know where the render went. That's awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna do it again. Where did you go? Oh, it went to you. Yeah, okay. That's why. Okay, save, done. Render image. Cool. All right. Let's go to here. Yay, it worked. But it's really dark. Wow, we did like a nice 9x16 vertical shot. That is cool. It's a little bit. Wouldn't mind having a little more center. Boink. There we go. That might work, but I think we might need to go a little smaller. Cool. Cool. Alright, this should be interesting. This is where things get really weird. Then I have to figure out how to get the guides to look right. Sometimes I'll try to render it as a live action, like a real person, and then I push it into the illustrative look that I'm going after. It's tricky business. But we'll give it a shot. Stay there. Let's pop it in here. Yeah. Well, I'll just dump it there. Just here's the name. So, character test. I think one other thing I want to do is this stuff works way better when it's on a white background. The problem is I want the shadow too. Come on, shadow. That's the problem with subject select. It's awesome. Better than it's ever been before, but it misses little things like shadows. And magic wand isn't as helpful as it used to be for some reason. Okay, get this to be a little brighter. And hard to look at though. Maybe just a little bit brighter. I'm losing the character. Maybe we need to go that way. I guess it works because you can see the outline of the character. And this is test. All right. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to try. I'm going to drag the results over here in a second. Let's see, we got this could totally work or miserably fail. I'm gonna be chasing it down for a while. I think we should start with this character. Render. Well, let's try. Okay, this is cool. Should save this as something. This would be marmoset. And we're baking some stuff out right now. Huh. It sort of worked. A second though. Not really. I have to think about this. Okay, we're good. Okay. Cool. All right. Get that going. Where did... Try doing a pose. Okay, you do. So there's our animations. The timeline. So 50 frames. Oh, that's second. Is that seconds? So 1 second over here. It's like 2 seconds. Should be good. Okay, 2 seconds. And then set a keyframe. Edit mode. Step. Keyframe. Okay. And then what we do is move character. Okay. Nothing happened. Alright, wait a minute. Maybe you need to hit play. Nope. Nope. Oh wait, so it did move. Alright, so have... Alright, so key mode in play. I'm definitely gonna have to figure out how to use this. Alright, that's not a big deal. Add or remove key. Set label. Create cycle with offset position. Couldn't create lane. I mean, if I watched the tutorial, I'd probably be a lot faster at this. Let's try. What if she went down and like squatted? Weird. It's not awesome. Huh. Oh, 4K in here. Huh. Global forward income. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Loop play. Key mode in play. To next key. Oh my god, I need to find this out. I need to see this move. The other day someone was showing me this and it was super, oh wait. Fulcrum motion cleaning. Somebody showed me how they were doing it and they hit the right button and it went run root motion. No. Wait a minute. Physics assistant. Ghost outline mode, I've seen that. Alright, need to figure out how to animate this sucker. Alright, it's gonna take a second, but I'm gonna get this thing to move. Wait. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna ask. You can go to their tutorial. Cascadeur.com. No. Good. All right. Oh, interesting. No, getting started. Oh, this is all technical stuff. I just need a demo. There we go. How to, and there we go. Started wrong.
Let's create an animation. If you don't have your own model, you can skip the section and continue working with testing data.
Okay.
If you have a model, please open the new scene and use the file menu to import the model into the scene. The model must be a two-pose or all-pose and should show joints and skeleton overnight. Immediately after importing the model, Cascadeur will choose to switch to reading mode. It will also give you the option to enable a quick reading tool. Since my skeleton was not fully recognized, I will have to assign the controller's name. One side, either the left or the right. Next, I need to assign the finger controller.
Ooh, finger control. Cool.
Oh,
cool. Alright.
I then click the mirror frame 0. Let's set our first pose here.
Yes.
I like my character to be simply standing.
First
However,
pose.
I don't particularly like the arms here, so I'm going to adjust them slightly. Now let's create a new keyframe at frame 60 using this button.
We did that.
Navigate to the final keyframe and select the character's central arms. That's the point located right here in the center. Slightly move your character to the side, approximately to the next screen.
Okay.
Now we have two keyframes. In the first one, the character is here, and in the second one here. Select any frame situated between the two keyframes and apply AI articulation to the interval.
Huh?
The frames between the keys will immediately change color to match the selected interval.
Wait a minute.
Navigate. Now we have two keyframes. In the first one, the character is here, and in the second one here. Select any frame situated between the two keyframes and apply AI articulation to the.
Okay, this is. I'm supposed to go here. Why don't I see? Ah. Okay. Is it thinking? It is thinking. Ooh. Oh, hot diggity. Oh my god, that's cool. Morgan, you gotta try this. Check this out.
Oh, whoa, no way.
I just did 2 poses, and then it basically figured out the movement in between the poses.
Oh, that's so cool.
Hey, what happened? Ah! Stop it. Okay. You don't sound very impressed.
No, I am.
This is crazy. And I think you can do another thing where you go in between, add a keyframe, and do something crazy. Move the character up in the air. Ah, not like that. That's bad. There's gotta be a better way to do this. Crazy. So maybe I'll get a jump. No way. Okay, that's not cool, but I think all I have to do is go and make it think. Okay, that didn't go as planned. What? Yeah, what? Oh, this is... I broke it. Hang on. That suck. That suck. I mean, it kind of did it, but not. Man, that's crazy. How do I do loop? Where's the looping button? There we go. Loop mode. Hit play. Okay, why doesn't it show though? That's weird. Anyway, this program is pretty amazing, even though I suck at it. But it's my first night, and I'm not good at this. Oh, I gotta figure this out. Alright, so I'm gonna do a new frame in the middle.
The frames between the keys will immediately change colors to match the selected interpolation mode.
Okay. Oh, I know what I did wrong.
Back to frame 0, enable new mode, and see what the animation looks like.
Yeah, I know what I did wrong. I'm supposed to... No! Okay, this random keyframe needs to be able to go bye-bye. Remove key. It says, think it's a special type of key that you do. So there's another one. I'll just watch her do it. Hang
It's like so
on.
far. As you can see, the AI has
That's amazing.
a motion between the 2 keyframes. Let's make this a little more interesting.
Yes.
Select the frame located roughly halfway through the stripe. And
Okay.
create a new key.
Alright, so that is legit. You put it right in the middle. Add a keyframe. Cool. And then,
Frame here. Now switch back to auto posing mode and edit the character's pose at a specific keyframe. I want to add a jump here. Now I can make some minor adjustments to the pose to make it look more convincing way where to jump. Here I can
oh, you gotta make the pose look more legit. We'll make her hop. Okay, I lost all my cool keyframes. Ooh, they got a little light in there. Look at that. That's cool. I lost all my... Oh, did I delete that by accident? I suck. Oh no, they're still there. No, I deleted the... Oh man, that sucks. I think I deleted the pose. Or the, that version of the rig. But I can still cheat my way through this. Interesting. That's cool. We'll tuck this behind here. Cool. No. Oh, it's gonna be crazy. Oh, it almost looks like a little hop. But there's gotta be a better thing you can do.
Enable the automatic locking of the interposing points to ensure the new pose remains as close as possible to the original one. During editing, I will deactivate some points so it's easier for me to control the lens.
This is interesting.
Let's take a look at the results now. Jumping motion has now been created between the two positions, as the AI interpolation has taken into account.
Okay, can I AI interpolate? No. Oh, I broke it. Oh, I so broke it. Can I undo? I don't think you can, well, you know, I broke it, but it's still pretty cool. Could definitely do a lot with this. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it for tonight because I'm getting tired and it's almost 10, and I will see you on the next one where we'll do some drawing. This was cool tonight though. Thanks for dropping by.